Thanks for joining us on our final day in the fabulous city that is New York. In this video, we take a wander around a public park with a difference, we find one more piece of 1980s movie significance, and we finally get to try actual grape soda. But we start today leaving our hotel and quite literally walking onto a movie set.
Thank you. And that's him.
Who's him?
Austin Butler. He did it. That's him. Wait. Him and his double.
Oh, yes.
The one flexing in plaid is the double, and the one in gray is him.
He is.
And he's doing a car chase scene. He runs across the street and jumps over a chair. They just shot the thing, they're rewinding it all for him to do it again. There he is.
Just another day in New York.
Just another day, because we're in the middle of a three-way street, and they can hide. They can shoot this way, that way, and they can hide the equipment.
Yeah.
So we've been in many movies.
So
You get a lot of stuff here.
Yeah. We're in the upcoming. It's already out. Penguin.
Oh right.
Penguin.
Yeah.
You'll see this hotel is turned into a club.
Morning.
Hello.
Hello again. It's our last day in New York. We fly back tonight. But we've pretty much got a full day before we have to get the taxi back to the airport.
Yeah.
And we've got one major thing left on our to-do list.
Yes.
I'll tell you what that is when we get there. But before we get there, we just have one little detour to make to see some famous apartment buildings.
Now the American sitcom gurus among you will know where we are just by looking at this sign. That's right, these apartments on the corner of Grove Street and Bedford Street are the ones that were used for the outside shots of the US TV phenomenon Friends.
We're currently in Greenwich Village, and we rather like it.
Yes, it's nice. Loving how many trees there are down here. It's great.
Having the weather like this today helps.
Yeah.
It's October. Well, it's October the 31st.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween. And it could be 26 degrees today, which for us Brits doesn't feel right. This is lovely.
It's great, isn't it? Oh, wow. I love these wide, broad sidewalks.
Yeah.
Amazing, lovely.
So here we are at the High Line. It's a public park with a difference, and it's built on an old elevated rail line. And it was actually a recommendation, wasn't it?
It was. We met a lovely couple, Karen and Tom. They're from the States, and we met them in Tobermory on the Isle of Mull.
On the distillery tour.
On the distillery
You meet the
tour.
best people with whiskey, don't you?
You really do. And they said, oh, well, if you're going to New York, you must go to the High Line.
And so we have.
Thank you, Karen and Tom.
It really is. When I said it's the old train line,
Here
it's
it
the old
is.
train line.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm looking at everything.
It's dotted with artworks as well.
What are these? Fascinating.
It's lovely. We're not that high above the street, and yet it's so much quieter. It's lovely.
You can see how above the streets we are, probably just down there.
The park sits on a section of the old New York Central Railroad's West Side Line, which was abandoned in 1980. In 2003, plans for a High Line Park were announced, with the first phase opening in June 2009. here it's a real mixture of greenery, views of the city and the surrounding area, art, sculptures, and various stands and stalls selling, well, a mixture of all sorts.
And suddenly the park turns into the sprawling city, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is great.
So different, isn't it?
Very great. I love it.
So we are following the river over there.
We really are, aren't
But you
we?
don't see much of it.
No.
Well, not yet anyway. I wonder how much the rent on those apartments is.
Yes, I bet that's a pretty penny.
I bet it's more than a penny.
Yeah. They're rather lovely. Those windows are great.
Empire State Building, just poking over the top.
As you do.
Look at the little terrace.
Oh yes, lovely.
More reminders of railroad history.
It's quite the view. It's so lovely that you're walking along in this lovely place that's full of trees and plants, and then all of a sudden you get a view like this. This is a brilliant idea. It's called Curtain Call.
Just over halfway, I think. How are your feet?
All right, I will do.
Definitely back into civilization now, aren't we?
Yes. It's quite busy. Gosh, you wouldn't know you weren't in a park at all, would you?
No?
The size of these leaves. They're huge. As point of reference. They're massive.
Space age, isn't it?
Who's this
Oh,
guy?
hello.
Yeah.
I think we're approaching the end. See the river. Oh, wow.
That's a lot of trains down there.
Now you can see the river.
Beautiful. And we've made it to the very, very, very end.
I think we would recommend the High Line.
I would. That was a very enjoyable walk.
It's quite straightforward. Like I said, 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
Just under. But it's really interesting, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely. And
It's-
it goes through Meatpacker, Chelsea, and Hudson's Yard.
Okay.
That's the
There we
two
go.
areas of New York it goes through.
And it's strange, isn't it? In some ways it's quite peaceful and tranquil, but you can hear everything going on in the city. You can see skyscrapers, you can see the river. It's a real mixture of
It
everything,
is.
yeah.
It keeps reminding you of where you are, doesn't it?
Yes. But yeah, definitely. If you're in New York, try the High Line. Back amongst the skyscrapers.
And time to venture onto the subway.
Really easy.
So we've discovered it's a bit like the tube. So you tap in, you just don't tap out. They even have really good free Wi-Fi.
This is a Queens-bound 7 local train. The next stop is Grand Central.
Coolly done. Welcome to Fifth Avenue. New York Public Library. Checking there's any ghosts.
Well, it is Halloween. Can we go in? Gosh.
Wow.
This is quite the public library. Aww. They're sweet. It's like old-fashioned library cards that you would have in the front of the book. That's cute.
See, she spins around 5 times. So there we go. New York Public Library. You could spend a lot of time in there, couldn't you? But
Yes.
we haven't got much time to spend today.
No,
So
sadly.
I think we're going to go try and find something to eat.
Fancy a toastie?
I do.
Good.
So, as we said earlier, this is our last day. So there was 2 things we thought we needed to try before we left. First, a proper massive New York sandwich.
Yes, please.
We have 2. And we also have
Grape soda.
some grape soda to try.
We've never tried it before.
If we don't like it, we have to rename the channel.
Yes,
Okay.
I think we might have to.
Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna be okay.
This is the chipotle chicken. Oh my gosh.
I'll keep you busy.
I think I'll still be digesting this the week on Thursday. Wow.
Let's find out how it's going, shall we?
Be honest. Have I got any on my face?
Ta-da! Our first grape soda for the Grape Soda Travels channel. Let's find out.
Oh, there. That's the Union Square, right? No one.
Cool.
You did.
That's really nice.
Hooray!
Cheers.
Cheers. So that was Toasties. So you saw our first New York video. We were wandering around Manhattan, and there was one thing we didn't manage to do. So we're going to try and do that now. We're going to try and find a piano. A big piano.
Hello, Pussycat. Oh, so many cute things in here. Apparently his name's Douglas.
It's a bit Bond villain.
It is a bit Bond villain, isn't it?
I think we might be on the right tracks. That is a grand piano, isn't it?
It is a grand piano. It's the grand piano from Big. Yay! We found it.
Well, how hard could it be?
Time for us to go and pick up our luggage, get a ride to the airport. See you, Manhattan.
It's been lovely.
Back at the hotel one last time. And so before we set off to the airport, it's about time we gave you a room tour.
Hello. Welcome to our room. We thought we'd show you around our room. We're in the Hotel Mimosa. We're in Chinatown, which is terribly exciting. It is dinky, but it's big enough for us. And it's very clean, very tidy, incredibly quiet, which, given something I'm going to show you in a minute, it's quite amazing. So yeah, nice double bed, possibly most comfortable double bed that we have had in a hotel for quite some time. Please ignore the pyjamas. Nice big telly, and it has YouTube, so we've been catching up with some of our favourite channels while we've been away. Have to show you why the fact that it's so quiet is amazing. So here we are, right in the middle of Chinatown. There is a subway right there. Right there. And it's double glazed. So it is a very quiet night's sleep. They called this a landmark view bedroom because you can see Freedom Tower just over there. The ensuite. Excuse me, noisy. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Bath. Really good shower. Gets nice and warm, nice and quickly. It's all good. More towels than you can shake a stick at. Even though it may not be the swankiest place in the whole wide world, we would definitely recommend Hotel Mimosa.
So here we are,
Time to say goodbye.
back at the airport. Two weary travellers.
We are properly footsore and weary, aren't we?
Yes. Well, you've had a fabulous time.
Really lovely. Hope you've enjoyed coming along with us too.
Yes, if you have, do likes,
Yes, please.
do comments,
Yes, please.
maybe subscribe.
That would be nice.
We'd all like that, wouldn't we?
We always, yes.
But thanks for coming along. All your support is always appreciated as ever,
And we'll see you on the next adventure.
wherever that might be.
Bye.